Let me tell you why you're here. You're here because you know something. What you know you can't explain, but you feel it. You felt it your entire life.
Hats.
Oh, is that it?
Yes.
Brendo.
How you going? You
I'm
just
okay.
cracked. Was that your back or your arms?
I don't know, something. I crack all
man.
the time. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Something.
Oh, what's going on?
I just had a welfare check from my postman.
What do you mean?
This,
What does that mean?
the, you know, like you check on somebody, make sure they're okay.
Yeah.
Right. So this morning, delivery. Right, and I was like, "Thanks, mate. I'll get it in a minute." And I just assumed he would then leave, right? And then I came out. I was just like wearing a pair of shorts. I was like, "Oh, he's still standing there." So I went down. I said, "Oh, thanks, mate. Sorry, I thought you were going to leave it." And he was like, "No, it's all good. I just thought you were coming down. I thought I'd check you're okay. Well, I've not delivered any wine here for a while."
That's awesome.
He's like, "You didn't realise Christmas is coming up?" I was like, "Yeah, man, I know."
That's funny.
Welfare check from the postman. Thanks, mate. I'm good. I'm a shitcoin of drinking wine. I know, but it's morning and I'm drinking orange, so I'm fine.
Well, you have made me an orange juice with soda water. It's actually quite.
I can't believe you've
delish.
never had a fresh orange with soda. Best drink ever. It's the way I wean myself off Coca-Cola.
Well, I've never been a big soda guy really. Anyway, so every now and then I'll be like, I want to. If I do get something, I'll get a Coke, but maybe once every couple of weeks or once or twice a month maybe.
Yeah. I'm not saying I'll never have it or whatever, but like probably used to have it way like just sugar in itself is just shit. So
That's the worst.
it's hard to detox, like come off it.
Is it?
Well, I found it hard. Did you not?
Oh, no. Oh no. Well, maybe. I mean, I used to drink as a kid. I used to drink because this is what my mum did. Cup of tea. It was 2 tea bags, super strong, 3 sugars.
And you did that for how long?
I did that till probably late 20s.
Yeah,
and then eventually, it was kind of like, oh, all right, I'll go.
How many
2.
teas would you have in a day?
Oh, back then, 3, 4.
Yeah, right. So
Yeah.
that's quite a bit of sugar, right?
It is.
There's no need for it, and it's just terrible for you. So,
No.
how are you, man?
Pretty good. Do you want to talk about Bitcoin today, or just?
Yeah.
All right. Well, computer just said no.
Are we going again?
Yep. Don't know what happened there, but decided to stop.
We got a tech guy.
Out of the blue.
So if it doesn't work, it's all on you.
Mm.
What are we talking about?
Oh, let's talk about my problems with my Lightning node, just briefly.
Okay.
So I've had probably 2 weeks of sats that have been sitting unconfirmed, and I thought, fuck, that's.
So what do you mean 2 weeks of sats?
Well, okay, so I transferred Bitcoin on chain. I did like 1 million sats with Doxx.
How do you mean they're not 2 weeks? What do you mean 2 weeks?
So
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
Right.
Yeah. And they just sat there unconfirmed, and I only just learned now that when you update your node, because every couple of days I go on and do all the updates I need to do, I thought that did everything, but what I had was an older version of Lightning. So, where there was a couple of kind of bugs in the last few weeks with Lightning.
Mm-hmm.
So there was like a fix or a new release that I hadn't downloaded. So I did that. Actually, huge shout out to RTL, Ride the Lightning. Those guys, I actually DM'd them because I didn't want to hassle Catan again. And yeah, they were really good. So they sort of sorted me out. So my 1 million sats is now confirmed and ready to go.
So where was it sitting? In the ether?
Sorry. I guess so. I mean, I looked up the transactions on Block Explorer, and they were confirmed like pretty quickly, but just didn't translate or didn't update on my Lightning node. Right, and that was the fix. So the problem was, I think, whatever version I had.
So the transaction worked fine. It's just that you couldn't see it.
Yes, it worked fine.
Yeah.
But my node didn't think it did. Does that make sense?
Yeah, sort of.
So anyway, I'm all good. So just did another Catan video. I'm near the end of his videos. Did like loop and bolts, which I still don't understand what the fuck they are, but it's all set up. I'm good to go.
That's good. You're just about getting ready for his next. Well, I don't know what he's gonna do at Mora. He's gonna make your whole life self-sovereign, I guess.
Yeah. So, well, he did a shorter version of that last Murrah, and I'm not sure if he's done it if he would have been to Beechworth, I'm guessing. But anyway,
this is basically just the Catan Love podcast.
Oh God,
we should rename this.
Oh, I love you, Catan.
He's a good dude.
But we're not going to make it. So we're coming down Friday.
Oh, I was like, where are we not going? We're not. Oh, yeah, his thing's on. Yeah,
his thing's all
true.
day Friday. So we might get the last half or last sort of tail end of it.
No, but we're going to play golf though, right?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So we're not. Yeah, we don't love him that.
Yeah,
much.
we love you, Catan, but not that much. But we will leave early. Get a hit in somewhere. We haven't decided where.
Are we going inland? Or are we going down the coast?
I don't know. Well, I'm keen. Like, if someone's told you Musselbrook, let's do that.
Okay. And then we've got a visitor today as well. Are you going to be here?
Yes, but very.
It's going
briefly,
to be a little bit
I
later.
think.
Is that a problem?
No, it could be. Well,
Brisket's on the move.
yeah.
I just got a message to say he forgot about daylight saving time and he's going to be later.
I'll be like 4.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, to be honest, my wife's probably got errands for me to do because she's doing other stuff. So if I can say, hey, I've got a Bitcoin thing, I won't need to explain. So, Are we going to just meet here or do you want to get down the pub?
Oh, he's coming here, but yeah, we could do that. I don't care.
Yeah.
He's driving though.
Driving us to the pub.
Oh yeah.
That's
even
handy.
better. Yeah, even better. Yeah, we could do that. It's cool.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Yeah, so he's going early. He's going early, and he's going to Murray early, and he's doing something on the way that's also Bitcoin kind of related as well, which is kind of cool. But I'm not going to dox him again. So, Bitcoiners are this is what I was saying to you before. Do you want to talk about that? Bitcoiners are the friend that will tell you when you look like shit.
I like that analogy.
Yeah, Brisket is that guy.
Yep.
Talking about, he's just a straight talking dude. He'll tell you if you're screwing up.
I've always been the friend. My friends used to give me shit because I would tell them, if they had fucking mustard on their lip or something like that, or a booger hanging out their nose, I'll go, hey, you got this.
Yeah, that's good.
Because you're saving them.
Well, totally,
and further embarrassment.
Well, that's it. But it might be hard to hear at the time, and people might not like you for it, immediately. But they keep coming back because they know you're the person who tells them the truth.
The truth, yeah.
Right?
You're saying you don't like brisket. It's going to be awkward.
No, I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying that. That's exactly what. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I don't. But what? Well, here's the thing. Okay, could you have 100% of your friends and acquaintances that have that characteristic, or do you just need some folk in your life who are just nice?
I think the latter.
Yeah, because you never be married.
That's right.
Look at all these, and sorry, ladies, but look at all these poor suffering husbands poor suffering both sides, I guess, because they're good dudes good dudes, probably not good dudes, but the good people you're married to, but they don't care, right? They don't care about what you're talking about, and they probably don't want to know, but they are nice, and you want to be around nice people as well.
Yes.
So you couldn't purely be around Bitcoiners all the time. This is why the Citadel thing doesn't fully work for me. Because can you imagine living in a big
Citadel with just hardcore maxis?
Yeah, imagine somebody would. Yeah, no, I don't think that would end well.
I don't know. Who knows?
Maybe it would. Maybe
who knows? I think there's a degree of, I guess anyone, right? On Twitter, and maxis aren't excluded. There's a keyboard warrior element where they're more likely to spit fire, talk shit.
That is true.
Via or behind technology than they would to your face.
That's definitely true. Because when you go along to a meetup, it's not the same as Twitter at all.
No.
Twitter is just a cesspit of people just saying what they think.
So do you not see? Sometimes you see.
So are people genuinely better on Twitter than they are on? Not they're clearly nicer in the real world. Yeah. But are they better on Twitter than they are? Ooh.
Are they more honest? They're more honest. But then sometimes I see like exchanges between Bitcoiners where they're not necessarily nasty, but there's a lot of like, no, you're wrong. It's this, it's that, it's blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, those those same two people, I'm sure, would be more than happy to sit down and have a beer and a chat.
Totally.
Do you know what I mean? And there's no, falsehood, I guess, in that interaction. They know where each other stands.
Yeah.
It's like a mutual respect, I suppose.
Yeah. No, they're the best debates when you read it. Nothing to do with yourself. It's if you read two people who you sort of respect as Bitcoiners disagreeing on something. That's good, right? That's the ones I like the most.
Yeah.
So
here's a question. What bush basher are you most looking forward to catching up with again? One. You can only name one.
This is a loaded question.
Yeah. And then you can tell me who's the one you're least excited to see.
Really? This is what we're doing?
I don't know.
So I would say, I guess I would say I'm looking forward to. I'll do the first one. I'm looking because yeah. There's nobody. There's nobody. I'm going. Oh God, I don't want to see that dude again. Nobody.
Sveti's going.
That guy at the pub that was just a bit, not the bit. He wasn't even there for the.
What guy at the pub?
The guy who wanted to tell me his life story, and do you remember that old fella? He went on a bit. Like I hope he's not there.
Did he come out and talk to the Bitcoiners, or was he just at the bar?
No, he's just in at the. Anyway, poor old guy.
Reg.
Poor guy. But I'm looking forward to meeting the people that I haven't met yet, like in real life.
Yeah.
Like, of course, there are people that I know, and that's cool and all, but it'd be nice to put a name, a face to
there'll be a few
then,
this time too, I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
It'd
be interesting to see how many people turn up. Yeah, my thing was, so if you want to be a Bitcoiner on Twitter, are you ready or just in general, are you ready to be not liked?
In real life?
Yeah, just in real.
Yeah, I don't know. I've always
been liked.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a likable dude, right? Like, you're a likable dude. I'm not a likable guy.
Yes, you are. Fuck off. Yes, you
I know.
are.
I don't. Life experience hasn't said that that's the truth. So, and I'm okay with it. It took me a while to be okay with that, but it's okay.
Everyone wants to be liked. Nobody actually sets out to be disliked. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think.
Yeah,
I mean, it's probably, an exception or two, but...
Yeah, no, I think I agree with that.
Yeah.
But it's whether you're prepared to not be liked.
Yeah.
Or you change your behaviour.
I don't like not being liked. That's probably a fault of mine. Like, I have always been someone who wants to be liked.
I don't know, is that
possibly?
Yeah. I'm not sure if that's a fault.
Anyway.
Maybe it is.
What's going on? We're not actually talking Bitcoin yet. What's going on with everything?
What is going on? Grayscale?
I saw something about Genesis. I don't even know what Genesis is.
Neither do I. But this is going to be helpful for folk.
Yeah.
Essentially, Grayscale are holding all of their GBTC on Coinbase. Coinbase custody or whatever it's called.
Oh, wow.
And Coinbase have come out this morning, or last night or something, and said, yeah, it's all there. Trust me, bro. They're
not going to open the books?
I don't know. Like, I mean, that's the problem, right? Because even if they do, and even if it's proven as to be there right that second, and
yeah,
when else, right? As soon as a day passes, it could have gone elsewhere.
Did you say proven or proven then?
What did I say?
I don't know.
Did I say proven?
Proven.
I don't know. Big issues. Bro.
Yeah, big
issues.
Big, yeah.
So, like, proof of reserves.
Proof of reserves.
It's a total shitcoin, right?
What?
Like,
showing proof of reserves is a shitcoin?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it's only... Well, firstly, you have to trust it in the sense that, like, maybe somebody could sign a transaction and, yeah. And you could say, yeah, okay, I believe you as of right of that second. But the next day, like, where is it then? Do you know? Unless it's constantly, like, there's a bot that's ticking over every 10 minutes. And just, like, over time, if somebody did that, like a proof of reserves with a bot... But if somebody's going to do that, you might as well just be holding the Bitcoin yourself.
Yeah.
So proof of reserves is a total shitcoin. I always thought it was a good idea. I was like, oh, if the exchange I use did a proof of reserves, that'd be good. Like, I think...
Well, it's not a bad thing.
No, it's not a bad thing. It's a better thing than not doing it.
Yeah.
But it's still not... It's not anything, really, if you think about it.
Yeah.
It's not... it's better than... Yeah, it's better than not, but it's not... Just get your coins off exchange, people.
What about Saylor? Like, was he on something recently where he actually sort of discussed or disclosed how, what he's done with his coins? Because I thought there was a big thing for a while where it was like Saylor's, all of his stuff is just sitting on Coinbase as well. Or something like that.
Yeah, I think he uses I think it's true that he uses a third party to custody his coins.
Like in a multi-sig arrangement.
I have no idea, but I mean, if you're holding a huge amount of Microstrategy stock, you got to be worried about that, right? Because all of their value is in Bitcoin.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's not... But it may be that because of... there may be a requirement for him to not just be the one guy who's a sole point of attack as well, right?
Yeah.
Maybe required to do that.
Yeah.
So it may be that he holds his personal Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Privately, he holds the keys to his own personal Bitcoin, but the company Bitcoin is held in a multi-sig arrangement with a third party, right? Or third parties. So that, I can understand why you do it, but even still a potential problem.
I got a question.
Yep.
Volcano bonds.
Volcano bonds. What about them?
What happened to them? Thought they were coming out. Remember we had Bodog on. When we had Bodog on, and he was like, "Are you guys going to, buy Volcano bonds?" And we're both like, "Well, no."
I mean,
but then he made the point. Well, it's like kind of supporting that venture, which
Yeah.
I didn't mind that idea.
yeah, I wouldn't mind having a Volcano bond just to say I had
Say
one.
you've got one.
Yeah, not for it's not for any other reason than that. But I think it was just to do with, if demand, since that announcement was made, we're going to have a Volcano bond. Basically, the price of Bitcoin has gone backwards.
Yeah.
So,
but they're looking at geothermal stuff in some degree.
Sure, and I think they'll do it, but it makes more. So it's hard to raise capital for anything when people are removing their capital from everything, right?
Yeah.
So, what you don't want to do is have a bond issuance where the demand is 4% of what you require to raise, right?
Yeah.
So I would think they'll do it, but I think they'll probably do it into a rising market. They're not going to do it into a falling market. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So, because you just look like an idiot. So why would you deliberately look like an idiot if you know that's going to be the outcome? So I think they'll do it, but there's also a whole big infrastructure piece to be done before.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But then that was what some of the money was for the infrastructure, right?
Yeah.
That's what they were trying to raise.
Yeah.
So I think it was, I don't even remember what this was, 2/3, 1/3. One's for capital costs and one's for buying Bitcoin or something. That was what the bond was.
I don't remember.
It was, yeah. So yeah, I think they'll do it, but I think they'll do it into a rising market. Makes more sense to me. Maybe there's some other thing at play there, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't think of it.
It's going to be another short one, you reckon?
No, I've got loads of things.
Oh, dear.
All
right, let's go.
When you were a child, how did you feel safe?
How did I
just
feel
go with me here. Just
safe?
yeah.
Okay, is there more to that question? Or
Just start at that part, right?
How did I feel safe as a child?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I know, but there's a point.
Shit. I guess just I was under the wing of my parents.
Right. So everybody's that's true for most people, right? Of course, some people live in difficult circumstances, but most people,
yes,
they felt safe because their parents or guardians or whatever they are helped them to feel safe.
Yes.
They probably made bullshit promises along the way to help you feel safe, like everything's fine, don't worry. I know there's nobody will ever break in our house, all that stuff, right? So, but it's just like you're relying on someone else. You're at your absolute core. The safest you've ever felt in your life was when you were relying on somebody else who promised to make you feel safe.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
Bitcoin. So you can see how it's totally natural for everybody to go have that thought process, like, if I want to feel safe, I need to rely on somebody else.
Yep.
That is why...
So you're saying that's actually ingrained in us?
Deeply.
Yep.
right? I think, anyway.
Yeah, no, that's a good point.
So that is why I think most people still continue to not hold their own keys.
Yeah, when you see people tweet that anyway, like saying, oh, it's too complicated, I'd rather someone else do it for me.
Yeah. But, and that sounds, you're looking at that going, well, what are you talking about? But if you actually go right back and you go, well, how do you get that feeling of safety? Well, it came from someone else.
Yeah.
Right,
lying to you.
Someone else lying to you, right?
Yeah.
But it worked.
Yeah.
It also worked. Well, for most people, I guess. So,
well, that was an argument I had with a banking mate of mine. Good mate, actually. He's a champion. He's in Hong Kong, doing very, very well. And
yeah,
entirely. Yeah. But
I'm sure he's.
I was sitting there talking to him about Bitcoin and blah blah blah, obviously, and his biggest argument was that people want to be able to trust a third party.
Of course they do.
Yeah,
he's totally right.
Exactly. Yeah.
But that's because they're children. They're behaving like children.
Yeah.
So it's like.
But when someone's life is so busy, with work, family, all that kind of stuff, adding, your own financial responsibility on top of all of that,
yep.
it's a hard sell.
It is, but you're also don't live with your mum and dad anymore.
Yeah.
Right? At some point, you have to go, all right, I am the responsible one now. I have to take responsibility for myself and for anybody who's relying on me. So you did, at that point, like that is what becoming an adult is, right? Stop and going, well, okay, maybe my dad is not a superhero. Maybe he's just a dude. And he's getting older or something. I need to take responsibility. And that's, maybe at some point you become the superhero for your dad.
Yeah.
Because you maybe have to, right?
Yeah.
But, so there's a point in life where you essentially, you're in an age where you're sort of looking after upwards and downwards.
Yeah.
And then eventually you become, a gibber and wreck and somebody has to look up to you. Right? But, you are able to, I don't know what the hurdle was, but the hurdle to get, like, what did you do when you moved out of home? How old were you?
I was 18.
Okay.
So I went down, did my undergrad, but again, like going down, moving away to Sydney, I boarded with my best mate's parents because they moved down there as well. But mum and dad were paying my board and.
Are you still?
Yeah.
No.
I got a job. Don't get me wrong.
Okay, but you pay all your bills now. I mean, I know your dad still makes you sandwiches.
Yeah.
But
Doxx. Yeah. No, pay all my bills. What are you asking me?
Just at what point? What is it that makes people go, all right, finally, I'm going to just take responsibility for myself? At what point for you did that happen?
Oh, I don't know what point. At some
or is it
point,
just a gradual thing?
It's very gradual. It was very gradual for me, certainly. But knowing I had that, I still have support. If something hit the fan, I know mum and dad would help me out. You know what I mean?
Right. So translate that into Bitcoin. What does that mean?
So shit hits the fan. For me, I'm coming to you.
Christ. Good luck. If I would go somewhere else.
Yeah.
But it means it's a process. It's not just like, you don't just one day wake up and go, all right.
Yep.
I'm totally responsible now.
Yeah.
You take little steps, like you move out of house into a friend's house, whatever it was, right? You then get a job and you take responsibility for your bills. So then you have a couple of kids and then, okay, I'm the guy.
Well, it's all a learning thing as well, right? So even cooking, you'd be living on 2-minute noodles forever, and then every now and then you go, I might try something fancy, and then you build up a repertoire or a catalogue of recipes. So same with, I guess, any responsibility.
So does it not make sense, therefore, that is exactly what we should be doing in Bitcoin? Like,
yes.
So just taking little steps.
Yes.
Like, okay, I bought some Bitcoin from shitcoin exchange.
Yeah.
I've found out that wasn't the right thing to do, or I've been burned or whatever.
Yeah.
I'll go get it from a Bitcoin only exchange. Okay, maybe I might try a peer-to-peer market. Okay, maybe I might run a node. Okay, maybe I might buy a cold card. Okay, maybe I might, and then just go and just gradual steps rather than just expecting, because people are not going to go to, it's running their own everything
No.
immediately.
But each of those steps requires some technical capability, and this is one thing I'd argue is that your 85-year-old person who wants Bitcoin needs help to buy it, needs help to custody it, and so on and so forth. And they're never going to run a node. They're certainly not going to spin up a Lightning node, open channels.
No, but that's exactly the same as the parent-child thing. When the parent gets to the point where they require assistance, right?
Yeah.
You know, your dad can't drive anymore. Okay, well, you have to drive your dad now.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
It's your responsibility, or whatever, right? So you can't expect children to do it because they're children. You can teach them stuff, and there'll be smart kids out there. There's literally a guy standing in my garden.
What, looking through your window?
Pretty much.
Is he jerking off?
No, I can see both his hands. So
Do you want to jerk off at him? Just stand at the other side of the window?
Why is he standing in my garden? Anyway.
Is he looking in?
No, he's... No.
Oh, yeah. He looks... Oh, he's a real estate guy.
How do you know that? You know
because I used to work with his mum.
All right, okay, fair enough. Okay, maybe he's still in my house.
Yeah.
Okay, that threw me. So the children, right, you have to take responsibility for them.
Yes.
And the parents, you have to take responsibility for them. And then when you get older, you have to encourage your kid to learn to take responsibility for you.
What about the single occupant dwellers, right? So people that don't have family, live on their own, which is increasing at a bullet a gate.
Mm-hmm.
Who do they go to?
Well, who do they go to away from Bitcoin? What do they currently do? What do those people do just now?
They come to the library.
Okay.
Right, so Centrelink, all that kind of stuff. I've talked about this. Pushes them online. They have to do it. They don't want to do it because they're old. They're set in their ways. They don't want to learn a new skill on MyGov and all that sort of shit.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody helps them.
Okay, and so really the only question there is, does that service have to be centrally funded, or is somebody prepared to, Saylor's doing this, the Saylor Academy?
Yes.
It's an altruistic thing, right?
Yeah.
Or maybe, I don't know, what, an ego thing, who knows, but like it's a good thing.
Yeah.
Right? So either centrally funded, we all chip in a little bit, it's a tax.
Yeah.
We all chip in a little bit to fund the library so the library can support the people who need help.
Yep.
Or, we see if the private sector would do it.
Which is still then trusting a third party.
Well, it is, but your question is, what do we do for the old people that don't have support? Well, what else is there? If the library if somebody, bank branches are closing down all over the place, right? Post offices closing down all over the place. So, why? Because they're not profitable. So, and that makes totally sense. It's commercial endeavor, so they're closing down. But that does leave people just screwed, stuffed, don't know what to do anymore, and they turn up in the library.
Yep.
Or other places too. But as you say, if they have no other support, the library makes sense.
Yep.
So, I don't know. Do I have a point?
Me? No. Just...
No, do I have a point? I don't know.
Oh, no. I don't know. It still doesn't sit... There's something about the whole... Oh, I mean, obviously I'm all for not your keys, not your coin, all that kind of stuff. But for Bitcoin to succeed as a global reserve currency, as much as I don't want to say it, I find it really hard to imagine that there aren't third-party options for people.
I agree. I just think that the
not everyone, obviously, but
no, but the user experience, the UX, the UI UX has to get better and everything. And it is getting better and everything, right?
Oh, some amazing stuff.
But you just have to. People like my mum, for example, would say she's a complete, complete Luddite, doesn't understand computers, doesn't want to, blah blah blah. But then the grandchildren are in a different country. All of a sudden, she's a wizard at operating Zoom or whatever it might be.
Yeah.
Right. So if there's something in it for you, she's not going to go on and start reading tech blogs ever. But if there's something in it for you, and eventually your wealth being the thing, it's going to be a big enough driver to make people want to learn, or not want to learn, have to learn.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
So,
do these guys know who we are? They're just chatting away. Do you want to tell them that we're like two-bit idiots trying to record a really important pod?
What it is?
What?
It's the guy who's going to do It's the guy who's going to do the deck.
Oh, the builder.
Yeah.
Well, that's the real estate guy as well.
Yeah, anyway.
Oh. So he's probably going to knock on the door in a minute.
Probably.
We'll have him on.
Yeah. Can you trust Bitcoin then more than you trust yourself?
Can you elaborate on that question? Bitcoin, the network.
Yeah. So, like, you're only as good as your own personal incentives.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Bitcoin is everybody's incentives.
Right.
So your behavior is going to be predicated what's good for you.
Mm.
Whereas Bitcoin is as good as everybody doing what's in there, following a prescribed set of rules that it's in their benefit to follow. So could we get to a point, or are we already there, where you can trust Bitcoin more than you trust yourself?
Got no fucking idea. What do you think?
I think yes.
Trust Bitcoin more than you can trust yourself.
Yes, I think we're already there.
Well, you can trust Bitcoin to never change.
Can you?
Yes.
I mean, probably.
I don't get where you're going. if
They're literally. I know. It's all good. Hang on.
Yeah, you know what? It would be a nice courtesy to knock on the fucking door and say, "Hey, I don't live here and I'm getting the shits."
I know. Hang on. I got something else. Talk to people because Twitter's not working.
Oh, okay. Hi guys. I'm Bitcoin Brendo. I know nothing.
Oh, okay. Let's do a tweet of the week then.
Yep.
Money Ninja. If there's a central point of failure, it will fail. If you can identify a person in charge, making decisions, showing roadmaps, it is centralized. Everyone becomes a Bitcoin maxi eventually. The only difference is how many times you get scammed along the way.
Yeah, that's good.
It's a good tweet, right?
Very good.
So Money Ninja should buy BTC. That is the tweet of the week. And who is our dick of the day?
Oh, it'd be so many.
I know. You got one?
No, I've been away. I'm constantly on holidays. I don't know.
You are. You have had a
man.
lot of holidays. I'm going for Nick Carter again, if that's okay.
Yep.
Because
You don't follow him, do you?
No, I
Just
don't.
comes
But other people tweet things. And it's like, so his tweet was a reminder: the discount on GBTC has been between 15 and 20%. It's like buying a piggy bank full of $100 for $85 to $90. It's just you don't know when it will be broken open. Plugged my entire IRA into it this year. Easiest trade ever.
When did he tweet that?
That was
Like a year ago?
no. Oh yeah, excuse me. Yeah, about a year ago. Yeah.
Yeah. Basically risk-free.
Basically risk free. Oh no, I have.
What about Raoul? What's he been saying?
Raoul? I don't know. Well, you don't follow Raoul, do you?
No, fuck no.
I've actually started to mute more people recently, and it's a good thing. I didn't used to do that.
Mute
at all.
instead of block.
Yeah, don't block. I don't care. But yeah, mute. If I just not helpful. It's not helpful.
Do you know what sucks?
Curate your feed.
I don't know about you, but like you get, because based on your likes kind of thing, and you get like I'll get Crypto King this or something .eth like in my as a suggested thing.
Yeah, it's annoying.
And it is annoying, but I always make the mistake of seeing the tweet and going, "Oh, fucking ridiculous," and clicking on it just to see what all the comments are.
And then you get more of them.
And then I get more of them because I need to
that's-
stop doing it. It's like my Instagram feed. Just always slow down on like a lovely looking woman.
Yeah.
And that's all I get.
Yeah.
And that and dogs.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I can't help you with that. You just have to stop doing it.
The cryptos or the chicks?
Yeah, both.
No, fuck that. I like boobies.
The 2 tweets of the week, right? This is also from Econo Alchemist.
Yep.
I told you about this one, right? It's good though.
Yep.
So $350 a month last winter to heat this home with natural gas. This winter, $350 a month in electricity gets me a warm home plus 1.1 million sats a month. So what he's doing is obviously mining and using the heat. Mining on electricity and using the heat from the miner to heat his house.
So good.
1.1 million sats a month. You can't. If anybody thinks they're going to beat that, this is personal incentives, right?
Yeah.
So if anybody thinks they're going to beat that, good luck. You're not going to beat that.
Yeah.
Now, at some point, we maybe, and that's not to say that Bitcoin couldn't tank, and I fully expect it to, because
You think it's going to go down a lot more?
yeah, I think I do. I don't know
Make
what
a call. Make a price call now.
Price.
Buy them out.
I
Just
have no
have
idea.
Have a
Like,
crack.
well, $12,000 US.
Okay, what is it now? 16? 15,
Something like that.
16?
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, it could be
cheap.
I know, but that's the problem, right? So, that is just a number plucked out of the sky, right?
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. But I know.
It's a fucking party out there.
I know. Yeah, but it's, you know, and it'll continue to tank as well. Well, until all the shitcoin casinos are gone.
Get shaken out.
But all of them. So that could take it to, I don't know where that could take it to, really, really low. But what we might find as we go into another halving cycle, before we shake, I think probably we will, we'll probably go into another positive halving cycle. Like, people will start to buy again when it's like, I don't know, 12 months before the next halving.
Yeah.
And that pressure might cause a run on the price.
Will it not just be
Before we've shaken out all the shitcoiners.
Yeah, this time. So it'll be like history repeating. So
So we'll have so then we'll have another cycle.
and then there'll be new shit
yeah
going. Well,
Yeah,
this
I
is
know
better
it.
because.
It's so depressing, right?
Oh man.
But so there's Suppose you give me a number. What's your number? The number could be $1,000.
I don't know. I don't care.
Well, you're going to start to get people who have that thought process, who go, all right, well, I'm selling and buying back in because I think this is going to happen.
Well, maxis won't. Or do you think some maxis might?
Well, it depends what you consider to be a maxi. Is a maxi a person who only has money in Bitcoin, wealth in Bitcoin?
Yeah.
Or are they somebody who is trying to maximize their Bitcoin?
Yeah, true. But selling and buying back in, you're triggering CGT. So, like, how much are you actually...
Maybe.
You know?
But, like look at... So, what prices have set effectively in the last 12 months just gone backwards, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, all Bitcoin that you bought, if you're a last in, first out guy, if you were to sell all of the Bitcoin you bought in this calendar year, you've actually triggered a capital loss, not a capital gain. So you actually got a deduction on. And I'm not trying to tell people this. You actually got a deduction on your tax bill. So you could sell all your Bitcoin you bought this year, take a capital loss, buy it back in a week. If you're prepared to take the risk of a week, have a tax deduction,
and potentially get it cheaper.
Potentially get it cheaper, or maybe just get it the same, or it could. Who knows what's going to do? But yeah. So does that make you a non-maxi? I don't know. I don't know what definition of a maxi is, but like, that is a person trying to game the system to try and get more Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Is that a maxi?
That
I don't
makes
know.
sense. I'm too scared to even consider doing that.
Yeah, me too. Because you just, but then the other thing is I shouldn't even say it, but you don't have to do that with your whole stack. Let's say you bought 10% this year, right? 10% of let's say you've got one Bitcoin total, but you bought 10th of a Bitcoin in this calendar year. You could just sell 1/10 of a Bitcoin. You'd still have the upside of 90% of your Bitcoin. You'd trigger the capital loss. You'd have a deduction on your fiat tax bill, and you could buy more Bitcoin
cheaper.
than potentially, maybe even cheaper
Yeah.
than you currently have. And if you think people are not having that thought process, you're kidding yourself.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't until today. Thanks.
Well, I know, but now consider all the people who are having that thought process, who potentially might be holding quite a bit of Bitcoin, and what that does to the Bitcoin price short term.
Yeah, pushes it down.
Just negative pressure, right?
Yeah.
So it's going to put the push, and then that's the spiral effect in itself. Now that means that the rebound is
I like
even
that.
better.
You would have seen the polar bear meme of the
Bitcoin. Hold the
Bitcoin.
ball down. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, the more it goes down, the higher it has to come back.
Yeah.
And the speed at which it comes back.
Yeah.
It is intensified, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. I also find it funny to watch, the gold bugs and the fiat bugs having a laugh.
Oh yeah.
People not holding their own coins or whatever. Like, yeah, you're not holding your own coins, champ.
Yeah, exactly. What's Shift doing? He doesn't.
I haven't seen Peter. I haven't thought about him in a long time, but
I think he's given up
Has he?
Oh,
I
no,
probably
don't know.
muted him and just.
Oh, I don't know. Oh, well, I have, maybe I have. I haven't seen him. No, actually, no, I wouldn't have, because I like seeing him rant.
But eventually it just becomes a bit.
It's the same rant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, there's only so many times I can listen to that crap.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just a time issue. Like I'm happy to get triggered by it, and have an argument back and all, and I do plenty of that. But God, I'd much rather spend the time listening to somebody who's
With something constructive to say.
right. Exactly. It's like the Trump thing, like Trump coming back onto Twitter. That's a good thing.
Did he?
But I don't know if he's tweeted anything. Yet.
No, I thought he said something. He didn't want to come back.
Oh, well, he's allowed back on. That's the point, right?
Before we go, I thought we were going to wrap it up.
Okay.
How do you see this whole Twitter's dead thing? I don't see how it's possible. You can have a whole heap of, your lefties and your woke crowd all having a mass exodus.
Yeah.
Or saying they're going to have a mass exodus, but there's a lot of fucking people on Twitter.
Well, there's probably a growing number of people who have similar thought processes to us on Twitter, right?
Mm.
So, but maybe some of the woke will disappear, but it's kind of the same as, if this guy gets elected, I'm leaving the country.
Yeah.
Well, not that many people left the country.
No, that's right.
Some did, maybe.
Yeah.
The ones who genuinely meant it, but most people they're just bullshitters, most people.
Yeah.
That's why you can trust Bitcoin more than you can trust yourself.
Yeah. All right.
So
That's us.
we'll see you on the way tomorrow, people.
Yes.
See you soon, Brisket. And look forward to the weekend.
You.